wizard. What was that? I
I am
believe
a
it.
wizard with y'all. Romancer.
Nice. Played a wizard one time, and I ended the campaign in 4 sessions.
Lovely.
I had a wizard who forgot everything about everything.
It was in a great way. It was me basically making a deal with a god and calming them down from taking over the world.
I'm currently playing a Leonin wizard, and I invented my own subclass for wizard.
That's really spicy.
Ooh. Friendship.
Would anyone like to do the recap for last session?
Absolutely not.
Shit went down.
When we last left our band of merry fuckwits, I do believe that we had come across multiple entrances to the cave where we had found tracks going. We had found a giant polar bear, was it? Some sort of a bear.
Cave bear.
Cave bear.
It was just a bear.
To which Poppy immediately made friends with it because she does.
Does Poppy?
There was a statue of some sort of god. If I actually pulled up my notes, this would be a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah,
I
Blah,
didn't
blah,
take
blah,
notes
blah,
on
blah.
any of this.
It was Yoga Boar. Yes, the note I have here is Yoga Boar, the fucking huge bear. He hungy. Statue frozen at the bottom of the lake of Sylvanas, the goddess of nature. His master was Doug, the Verbeeg. His girlfriend was Gog. She showed up later. He also had a friend named Friend, who we found out has, like, man, I want to see the fucking side story on him, because he, like, doesn't have a name and he's super lonely, and we gaslit the hell out of him.
I still feel guilty about that, okay?
However, we also did find out that they were the ones that stole the alcohol from the neighboring town. We got that and brought it back. Yeah, I think that's the only thing we brought back, right? That's the only thing?
Yeah, I think you're skipping.
I don't think anybody brought back any souvenirs that
the
stopped them from being able to trance.
little tiny thing.
Right.
I mean, so it's worth mentioning.
Right. Ima did raid a tomb.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine.
Like, it's not
fine.
like you lost any sleep over it. Oh, wait.
So, completely unable to trance, Ima spent a good portion of her night cursing every god she could think of and waiting for the eventuality of Poppy pulling the old "I told you so," which
she didn't.
She didn't, but her tone did. And I believe now Ima and Poppy are off to put things back where they came from, or so help me.
This is true.
So it is about, you would guesstimate, like 2, 3 in the morning when the two of you set out. And you are both kind of aware that it might be till, like, the sun's going to be rising as you guys are getting to the caves. Kinda. You can see a little bit when the sun's out. But you manage to, you've just come from there. You follow your own tracks and, like, breaks in the foliage back to the caves. Can you both roll perception checks as you get back to the familiarity of the lair?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's an 8.
That is math. That's a 16.
Ima straight
I'm
up just has her head down and is saying nothing for the whole trip.
um you can't really tell anything from getting there. It looks the exact same actually, nothing's changed.
Yep.
Poppy, you can still see the light of a firelight coming out of the very far entrance. Um but other than that, you see the footprints of Gog walking in last night. You can see where she stopped when she heard something and kind of looked around for just a moment. But they don't seem to be leaving the cavern, so you assume that all three of them are probably still in there.
Hell yeah, Doug, you get yours. I have no problem with Doug, honestly. It's just like,
Still do.
hey, you stole some stuff. Like, we gotta take it back. That's just kind of how things work. But, like, honestly, Doug, pretty good dude.
He could do with treating his bear a little better.
Yeah.
Agreed, but also food is scarce because of, the whole fucking eternal winter thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
Okay. So
we
everything
would know
looks
the quickest way
okay.
to the curse room, right?
The quickest way would more than likely be the entrance on your far left, which was the straight passageway back to where Yogor was.
Yeah, because we pass. Yeah.
We passed Bear, and then we went past Bear into Tomb, and then past Tomb into Alcohol Barrel Room.
Yeah. Okay. So can
So we
we
have
just
to go
like
past Bear again.
Question.
great?
Did you guys close the door when you left, or did you leave it still rolled open?
I don't think we took time to close it.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Because I think, yeah, because we were just rolling barrels out the thing. I think we were just
Yeah.
trying to get
Yeah,
out as
we
quick
were
as
just
possible.
like, okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Up upon Bear Room, does Bear seem to be asleep?
He is actually not in the cavern where you found him last time. The room is empty, following the frozen stream back all the way. The statue of Sylvanas is still in the bottom of this, but the door to the tomb is still rolled open, and the bear's not in this room.
Going to very, very quietly going forward and kind of going from shadow to shadow, trying to keep as out of sight as possible. Just
Yeah.
on the off chance that
What, we have to do like a
cut it.
two people versus a gigantic cave bear, a Verbeeg, and his girlfriend?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
You're not up for
okay.
that fight?
I left my armor back at the inn.
Genuinely, so did Ima. Because she's like, if we're gonna have to stealth in, screw my armor.
Yeah, chainmail isn't really gonna cut it.
Yeah, so we're gonna try and be very quiet.
Can I get stealth checks from both of you?
I don't have disadvantage this time.
No.
Nope, me neither. Okay,
All right.
17.
Okay.
I also got a 17.
You guys feel pretty successful that without the hindrance of armor, you both move quietly through the shadows, and are back in the original tomb area that you opened. I don't imagine you really took the time to close it back.
No, I actually did.
Oh, okay, you did. So it is sitting like you found it originally, looking undisturbed.
Um, do we hear the snoring, or are they maybe awake?
You roll another
My
perception
passive is
check.
17. My passive is 17.
Oh, no, that's my passive investigation. Sorry. Nope. We're just gonna go ahead and. Hey, that's a 22.
You can hear at least one heavy snore coming from it, but you aren't really sure whose it is, but you only hear the one.
Okay. Um, Ima is going to just set up like maybe she's done this before. Set her back against the wall with her feet on the thing, and try to time the snore with the push open.
Okay. You managed to do it pretty well this time. It's almost like you're practiced or something. And see the same war chieftain that you may or may not have seen before. This time with her hands crossed over her chest, but empty.
I'm just going to take the wand and the pearl out of my jacket. I'm going to make sure that Poppy can see them as I place them back in her hands. I think I was going to literally put them in the same position just in case, I don't know, this curse is freaking finicky or something.
Okay, so you put them back as best as your memory can recollect to her holding them. Um, and only you, Ima, kind of feel this, but it's almost like the same rumble that you felt before that you were sure was going to give you away to Poppy. But it's almost like a weight lifts off of your chest this time.
Kind of goes around to the other side, leans the other way, tries to time the snore to push it back in again. Just kind of looks
I
at
helped this time.
just kind of looks at Poppy. Kind of a look like we can go back now.
Once the thing is closed, I'm just gonna kneel by the tomb, I guess, and say, kind of as tailored as possible of a prayer. Being that I'm not part of the culture and I don't know a whole lot, but I do my best of just like a little, rest in peace little spiel of to the best of my ability that I know would probably be okay with these people.
Okay, so you feel like the spirits have been laying back to rest. Like no harsh feelings will follow either of you back home. Can I get stealth checks from you both as you are leaving the caves?
Yeah. This, by the
There
way, is
goes
the poetic
I.
justice when we get screwed over by these rolls. Oh,
Right?
nope. Oh, that was a different number than I thought that was.
It's not the end of the world. It's it's a 16 again.
21.
I'm okay with that.
You both manage to leave the cave. As you are leaving, Poppy, you kind of catch like as you're falling behind Ima, um, Yugbor is returning to his cave, kind of slowly lumbering. He makes eye contact with you, and you're like 40 feet away at this point, and he just kind of drops his head back and continues lumbering forward like he didn't notice you.
Damn, he's got a passive of over 16? That's a
There's more of he was on his way,
uh,
who had to pass by at some point. But you both leave the caves. Can I get one of you to roll a d20 for me and just tell me what number you get?
I'll be
sure.
responsible for this.
Oh, okay.
Or do you want to?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Hell yeah, let's do some chaos. All right. That's a 3.
Okay.
Oh boy.
That's how many more Verbeeks show up just as we're leaving.
No, you both managed to leave the caves and begin the a few hour trek back to the
No,
tavern
but
where
she
you
said begin.
we'll come back. So,
Great!
Oh god. They're gonna find our bodies in the snow.
We're fucked.
Yeah, of course we're fucked.
this one.
This one, yes.
Hey, no, I've talked to a lot of people, and they say that
Same.
Icewind Dale
Me
is one
too.
of the deadliest ones for low-level characters.
Yeah.
We're fucked. No, it's fine. I have a sweaty season. I'll do fine.
Jasper and Azurite, you both wake up relatively early. There's a little bit of light coming through your window. You can tell it's maybe about 10 a.m. by the time you wake up. And y'all got in late. The whole city was closed by the time y'all got in. The taverns were shut down. For yourselves, I mean, how early do adventurers go to bed?
Fair point.
Dog, I don't get up until like 1:45, and that's on a weekday. That's like on a work day. So,
Same. Um, you can smell the scent of food coming up from the bottom floors where breakfasts have been probably being served for the last few hours. And the day is y'all's.
You want to grab?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They're just walking around like this, like a kid in a giant snow.
man,
Um,
After her.
wait until Jasper finds out she's not the biggest one on the shit list right now.
there is a notebook laid out on the bed, um, open to a certain page next to Andy. Uno momento. 1 second.
I will probably follow up behind Jasper a little bit, maybe a couple minutes after, and just kind of like lean over her shoulder.
Um, on this page, Poppy has written that something happened. Her and Ima would be back, and for you guys to stay put for right now. No, it was left open. Like it looks like Poppy left you guys a note. Like it was addressed to the group.
That just happened to have a note for everybody else in it. And to be fair,
Usual. This sounds pretty normal to me. You have a point there, but all right. Does the book say anything else, like any more important information, like what exactly is going on?
Are you just flipping back a page or okay. Um One's a half. See, I don't know how you wanted me to do this, and it's
You can do it however you would like to.
that's even more terrifying. Um, as you're flipping through,
Yes.
w- you said you're not like looking, or you're not trying to like pry or anything. Like a quick
What you mean just
scan
don't
through.
happen?
Okay.
the
So
intention isn't there to snoop, but the
yeah.
morals aren't there to stop you.
Yeah, okay. So, you kind of flip through it for a second, and the the page where she left the note seems to be like, that's her latest entry. There's nothing really behind it. Flipping back forward, there are quite a few pages of doodles and sketches of like patches that she has thought up or working on possibly. A couple different things. And the further you go back, you start to see notes addressed, like almost like letters addressed to someone. They're
Mm.
do you wanna know their name? Um, all of the letters start off with, "Dear Ariak," which I'm gonna add it in the general chat, and I may have butchered it, so if I said it wrong, please let me
No, you
know.
said it right. You
Okay.
said it right.
Uh, I just want to just metagame thank Jasper because I think I might not be the biggest one on the shit list now. It might
Am
be
I the
you.
problem?
It might be Snoop Doggy Dog over here.
Drama.
We're gonna learn somebody's backstory whether they like it or not. I mean, honestly, she could have just ripped a page out.
Mhm.
Do it. Read it. I dare you.
You should make a wisdom saving throw against yourself to see if you can stop yourself.
Azurite is full, like leaned in, like this is some juicy shit, and I'm trying to read it all.
Oh, so you're reading it.
We're not gonna read it all. Just let's read the page we're on and just get a little bit of context. That's a good idea. I like that. Okay, so let's just see how many there are, and we'll read the newest one, and we'll know. I think Poppy is trustworthy, but we have to make sure, right? We have to make sure that she's a trustworthy person.
You know the difference between Ima
Entire
and
book.
Jasper? Like the difference between Ima and Jasper is Jasper makes excuses for sketchy behavior, and Ima's just a sketchy bitch. Yes. Yep.
I was like, this isn't justified at all, but I'm gonna do it anyway for the vine.
So you the notebook is about halfway full. So most of the yes. There are about 4.
He disappeared.
Um, the most recent entry, other than the note that Poppy left for you, is
And
area
by the way, so these are on the same page.
Like-
Like the one before this one, the one before the last one that I sent you, and then is on the same page. So they're the two of them are on the same page because they go together.
There's 2 letters on the same page.
Yes.
Discord, wrong thing. Shoot. All right. Um,
Good job.
so okay, so the last 2 are on the same page is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, the top one is Dear Ariak, I don't know if I didn't know better, I'd say you'd be laughing at me right now. I've somehow managed to accumulate quite the eclectic party, it seems. Jasper's brother has joined us in our travels, and we've somehow found ourselves in the middle of some sort of conspiracy. There have been murders throughout the 10 towns, and it's something to do with the Frost Maiden. I don't know why the others are invested, but I know you'd never let it rest if you were up here with me, so on I go into this fray. There's also this black rock, dust, something that I guess is corrupting people. I think it might be connected. I could be way off base here, it just all seems to be too coincidental. We're trying to track down a caravan we think might be responsible. I have so many questions in my head spinning. Um, the next bit seems to be kind of scratched out. You can still make out Ariak's name again. You can see I'm so, and then the words are scratched out again. And then you can read I can still smell the smoke. Um, and that is all scratched out beyond that. Um, and then it continues before the doodles start. Um, I don't know what's become of us, the group that is. We're all angry and bitter and nobody wants to address it. I'm trying to carry on like it's all fine, but for the most part, for me, it is. I can but I can feel the tension between the twins, and I know it's not my mess to fix, but I want to. They haven't said much, but I just know both been through so much. We all have. I keep thinking about that Triton we rescued, Alfred. I'm glad he at least got some form of closure. My thoughts are all over right now. I miss you. Um, and then there's something else scratched out. Uh, we're venturing out tomorrow again, I think. Something about ale gone missing. And that is the last entry.
Fucking page for them to
No.
read.
Maybe it was a mistake to pry. Why don't we just close it up?
Close it, and then you're like, you just open it, and then you're like, no.
Let's just agree that we never saw this, okay? it he didn't say anything important. Honestly, this was none of our business. Oh god. Well, uh, Andy, about how long ago do you reckon it was that they left? I know you don't know.
This might actually be a thing for the DM to answer.
It was about 6 hours ago.
6 hours. Yeah,
You both remember it to be about a 4 to 5 journey back to where you were yesterday. Just to get there, and that's not including getting back.
I think so. I think so. It'd probably be best to go check on them. Yes, let's all gather our stuff and get ready to go. Just in case they beat us back here somehow, the path's not direct. We'll leave a message for them.
Point At this point,
Let's not
you
leave.
see you
Let's
see
not
the
do that.
small reptilian head of one of the 3 kobolds that have been in the hotel room. We're gonna
We
be
left
here, so
left them with the animals.
Because Dr. Doolittle over here
we
keeps giving us friends.
I forgot about the fox. Holy shit.
I
can be boy
specifically
here.
left the kobolds with the fox so that they could keep each other company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holgi, Bilbo, and Snort.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know what just happened. My Discord waka waka.
Get
It
sent
is
to the Shadow
Holgi,
Realm.
Bilbo, and Snort.
Yeah.
Oh,
You never know. It's a dangerous world out there.
I got a valid point.
Pausing somewhere off in the distance. My mom senses tingling. Somebody's doing something stupid.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you have any more rations? Maybe we're a bit scarce.
If not, I probably.
Okay. You see, Zibble kind of takes it and then goes back to the other kobolds, kind of all like cuddled up together in the corner, and they're whispering in Draconic to each other. But they seem to be just mindlessly chit chatting from what you can kind of ascertain.
let's do
Okay.
this. Same path as yesterday.
Um, as you guys are heading back through the town. The town is awake at this point. There are quite a few people going in and out of different businesses. You can see a few different boats out on the lake. But you do seem to all of you kind of notice there's someone hanging up a poster. And as you pass by, you kind of realize that it is a missing poster. You recognize the kind of quick portrait that was drawn to be Nessa, this uh speaker of the town elect possibly the one that was going to be related, it is her that is missing.
Like the good one of the two?
Didn't we just meet this person yesterday?
Guess what happened to the other one?
Don't worry about it. They're not on a poster.
They've gone missing.
Hey, one of my faults at a time. Hold on.
What could have happened between yesterday and now? I guess if you leave the town, but right here in city limits, it's a bit weird. I have enough problems as it is. We have enough problems as it is. So I agree. It's just strange. You're saying a lot of weird terms right now, sister, that I don't quite understand, but I agree we should meet up with the others before we solve this.
Um, there is still the posters about the missing ale and like the reward for anyone that brings it home. But other than that, just the you can tell the newest edition is the one that he is currently hanging up that is her missing poster. And he's kind of like putting it up on the outside of the town hall, which was where she was when you all met her.
I think we should look into this when we get back, maybe when we have everyone here together. We just need to make sure they're safe first. All right, well let's not waste any time looking at posters. We can figure out everything that's going on when we get back. I just want to make sure Ima and Poppy are all right.
So by the time that you guys are heading out, Poppy and Ima, you all have been walking, tracking your way back for the last 2 hours or so. Um, it's been a relatively tame walk back so far. You have had a couple of encounters with wildlife, nothing really that you felt in danger of. You came across a couple of hares that I cannot speak, rabbits. I'm just gonna say fucking rabbits on the way back. Um, I don't know why I said it so weird. Uh, but it has been pretty uneventful. About like once you reach the 2 hour mark, you're about halfway back. Can I both get you to make another set of perception checks for me? I'm going through it with words right now. I don't know what's going on.
English be hard.
Okay, not bad. Let's see. Perception.
All right.
24.
It's my passive. It's a 12.
Okay. Um, you can both kind of hear it sounds like possibly either something large approaching you or walking, not necessarily approaching you, but just walking about 40 feet to your left, or multiple smaller things. You can't quite tell.
I was fuck.
Uh, can we offset our trip like a little bit to the right? Because it's only coming from the left, right?
Right.
Can we kind of offset to the right and see if the noise continues to be as loud?
Absolutely. You
I,
both kind of like silently start moving your way. When the noise seems to continue straight forward, it is at this point disappearing.
is it like so we're both going this way? Is it going this way as well, or is it going this way?
It is going the opposite way as you.
Can I
So it
sneak?
looked like we were kind of
Yes.
going, yeah.
Can I like, because I'm overly paranoid. Can I double back around and like sneak through trees to kind of see what it is?
Yeah, absolutely. Andy, Azurite, and Jasper, are you all trying to be stealthy as you leave the fort or head back to the cave? Yes. Okay.
I am technically classified as a fae.
Hold on, because I have the Mordenkainen Monsters of the Multiverse, and I don't know if they're classified as Fae now. Let me just check for future reference, because you're still going to be able to pick up Poppy. I'm considered a humanoid, but I'm also considered an elf for any prerequisite that requires an elf. Uh, Elves are Fae, but it's almost like I'm an honorary elf. I'm not a real one.
If anything, you pick up Poppy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get like a whiff of me.
Okay. Um.
Awesome. What are you doing here?
Oh, hey there, everyone.
Just kind of look over.
Why are you on the path?
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure you were safe. Don't give us that look now. Come on. I'm sorry,
Oh,
alright? We just want to make sure you're okay.
Notice the little ones aren't
Again?
with you.
Mhm.
Sorry, what?
Everything froze.
Yeah, that. Exactly what she said. What were you thinking? You can't just leave your armor.
Our armor makes us less inconspicuous. So we left it.
Yeah,
I'm a doesn't answer.
Poppy doesn't answer either.
Regardless, did you get it taken care of?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all that matters. I'm glad to see you're both safe. We don't have to talk. Oh,
Did you grab my notebook?
Jasper, can I get a deception check, please?
I'm gonna insight check that.
Oh, no.
Remember, you're going against Poppy for insight.
I rolled really well too. I didn't get an natural 20, but I rolled really fucking good.
Uh-oh. I don't like this.
I almost want to ask what a natural 20 plus your skill check would get you and see if there's even a point in hell.
Yeah, I beat you. No. Just
Well,
under my breath. I don't know if anybody can. Under my breath, I don't know if anybody can hear me, but I just go, they still think that they can lie to me. What the fuck?
well, in my experience, there's two possibilities when someone goes missing. They want to be missing, or they don't.
There is cute observation there.
Well, going
Well,
off of that logic, I don't
it's
really see
typically
why they
either
would
they
want to be
ran
missing.
away or, well, I mean, they were apprehensive about being the leader. Maybe
Yeah, but well, I mean, would they? I mean, you talked to them, you saw them, like they were in it far enough that it wouldn't make sense just to up and leave unless there was some outside factor that contributed to it. So willingly or not, like I don't think they just leave.
Wait, you don't think that other fellow maybe threatened her and made her leave, do you?
it's a possibility. I mean, the
It's a
dude seemed
possibility.
aggressive.
Should we go talk to him?
Well, I mean, there has to have been an inciting incident for them to put up a wanted, like a missing poster. You don't just stick up a missing poster. It's the 10 pounds. People go gallivanting off all the time.
It seems a bit sudden, honestly.
I love this idea. I think that you guys would be very, very effective at doing this.
I'm like, what
I
the fuck did you do?
I didn't do anything. Don't worry about it. I need to trance.
Don't worry about it. Let's
I,
get you back. You can take a rest for a little bit.
I'm not going to be any use to you guys in the state that I'm in.
We can go back and take
How
a small
tall is
rest.
Dynamite?
What did you say?
How tall
How
is
tall is
Ima?
Ima? Oh
Yeah.
God, she's like. Hold on, do I have the details? There's
5'1".
I don't need
yeah, yeah, she's like
exactly.
5'1".
Okay. Um, Poppy's just gonna kneel down and be like, "Here, give you a piggyback ride. You can at least chill there for a little bit."
Um, she kind of like wraps like her arms around you and just kind of leans on your shoulder. Um, and you can tell that like she's like very not okay.
Very what? Sorry, you cut out.
Sorry. You can tell that she's very not okay.
Okay.
Like she's probably holding herself back from tears.
I'm just gonna
As
keep walking.
as you guys are getting back to like where you recognize you maybe have like another 30 minutes of walking before you really break this heavy forestry and are back into one of the towns. Um, you Never mind. Never mind. You make it back into town. We'll we'll save that.
I don't like that.
I
I don't like
That's
that one fucking
Hey!
bit, actually.
Not the
that.
time. We'll let Ima rest first.
oh good. She wants me at full fucking potential before she sicks this shit on us.
Here comes the consequence, 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 consequences of her actions chasing us right now.
I'm gonna
I'm
raccoon
just
up on
gonna
your
kind of
shoulders.
wrap. I'm gonna wrap Emma in this and make sure she's I said I'm gonna wrap Emma up in blankets and make sure she's comfy. Like, do you want me to sit here with you, or do you want me to leave you?
You even want to sit here with me? Um, sure. Yeah. Nothing should happen. I just need to get some rest.
That's all I'm asking. It's up to you. You know, I'm not asking because I think something's gonna happen. I'm asking because sometimes you just need a person.
I'm- I'd like you to stay, if that's okay.
Okay.
Ima once again just tries not to fucking bawl her eyes out.
I'll just wrap Emma in a little hug. I do, but I'm choosing not to use it at this moment because sometimes you just need to get your emotions out. We've been bottling them up too much as a party.
I'm gonna let it fly. We're some emotional bitches in this.
That's a D&D party in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Do you have
There's
any
so many
idea what the
emotions.
combined therapy bill of all 3 Critical Role campaigns would be?
Do you know
I
what
kind of
the
feel like we got
combined
them beat right now.
therapy? Do you know what the combined therapy bill for me watching all 3 campaigns is?
Yeah, 100%.
Are you guys going inside the town hall or just looking around the like outside of it?
Both.
Both?
I'm just gonna chitter at you and grab your face with both little raccoon hands, forehead to forehead, and chitter at you. You got this, and look back and start scanning.
That's too cute.
Okay. It is a smaller
Milliliter.
it is a smaller of the town halls of the 10 towns. There's really not only a couple of rooms inside of it. It's only one story. You guys, as you are looking around the outside of it, you can see as you get around to the back of it, the office where you had met with Nessa, and I want to say his name. Okay, yeah. Where you had met with Nessa and Shandar. The window is completely busted out of it from the outside. There are still like curtains kind of like blowing in the now like extremely cold wind, like, rippling, but they're not really letting you see inside of it. Roll an investigation check.
Also investigate the broken glass.
With casters, I believe.
Owl
He
stats.
yes.
While she's doing that, can I look at the broken glass and see like where the entry point was, like if they broke in or if they broke out, if there's blood, if like just see if there's any tattered cloth.
Yeah, you also roll an investigation check for me.
So
Yeah, I thought last time it was Andy.
that's
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
wild shape.
it
Because
is.
you're looking through a familiar's eyes, you're technically like using their actual eyes.
But
She's
she's not
just
really
looking
in
through.
control of where they're looking.
An owl has a +1 wisdom. It's a wisdom check. Perception is wisdom.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, is it investigation?
Yeah.
Oh, dog, if you were doing perception, you would have had advantage on it too.
Okay. Um um
He gets caught in the curtains and just flaps around for a minute.
um Azura, you can tell the windows appear to be broken from the outside. No one yeah, the original breaking point was from the outside. The glass has pretty much been like completely cleared away at this point, like maybe someone or multiple people came in and used this as an entrance.
While I'm down from Jasper's shoulders, I'm gonna shapeshift back into myself, and I'm gonna point around the entrance and say, "This wasn't her leaving. This was a bunch of people coming in. Someone broke in on her."
There he rolled a natural 20, so there's not really anything else there. It almost seems to be like as close to a professional kidnapping as you can get, kind of, from what you can tell from the window. The glass was completely broken out around from where anyone would have to like slide their bodies through. Nothing was caught. There's no blood. Mhm.
Ima and Shander had their talk away from you guys. Oh, I gave him some bread, said, hey, this will help you sleep. Which I wasn't wrong about.
No.
You weren't necessarily lying.
Yes. Okay. So you can manage to slide in pretty easily. Like I said, it's been completely cleared out for people to enter. Once you kind of get past the curtains that are like flying around, the room is pretty much in shambles at this point. You can see there is blood on the desk where she had been sitting. Most everything on the desk had been tossed aside. There are a few broken chairs. It looks like there was a hell of a fight in this room.
Through the window. You see anything? Can you tell about how long ago?
Um, the blood at this point, is mostly dry. It's still a little bit tacky as you go to touch it. It's probably been about 9 to 10 hours maybe, so it probably happened around 8 or 9 o'clock the night before, or closer to midnight the night before.
Do you see if she was writing anything?
So most of everything had
I'm
been kind of, like,
sensing a
tossed.
theme here. Let's go read shit.
Most of the, like, desk, belongings had all been, like, scattered, as the fight progressed, so make an investigation check for me as you're kind of, like, picking up the papers that could have been anywhere at on the desk.
Coming in through the window after her at this point.
Okay, so you managed to find a couple of things. Nothing is inherently pressing. There are mostly letters to other towns that you can see that she was reading them and she had started to address the other towns back, but it was like something was stopping her every time. Like she was not yet the official speaker for the town, so she wasn't continuing to like she was starting to address the issues but not ever getting around to finishing them or sending these letters off. They were not. It was mostly just you can see there are several like scattered bits of paper that are the starts of the same letters. Like she would sign her name and then start to address the problems, and then she would just stop. Okay, roll another investigation check for me.
I will aid her in this pursuit, trying to follow up and search any drawers I can.
Okay.
Advantage.
Um, as you're going through the desk, you can kind of tell that this office has been split by the two unofficial town speakers. There is the left-hand side, which Nessa has been using all of her letters and her stationery basically, and the right-hand side has been mostly used by Shandar. As either of you, as you're looking through either sides, you open the bottom drawer on the right-hand side, and your thumb catches over, and the wood at the bottom is loose. Okay, roll a check for me. Investigation, I think. I want to say it's investigation. You feel like there are not any traps attached to this. Okay, so you pop it off, and a lot of the are you do you speak or read Dwarvish? How about Draconic? You can't really tell. Okay. So there appear to be letters from two different people. One of them is speaking, like one of them is writing in Dwarvish, and the other one is answering in Draconic. Um, the one answering in Draconic, let me find the page really quickly because I cannot remember their name. Um, I am not going to attempt to pronounce this name, so I am going to send it in the group chat. But the letters in Draconic are addressed.
Nares?
Nerth
Yes.
Maxildan R.
Yeah, it's next to the
That works.
Roll everyone that is reading it.
Let's
Roll
just
a
call him
history check.
Max.
Yes.
$21.
Azurite. You
Yes.
recognize the name to be Targos's town speaker.
This is the town speaker, y'all. Y'all?
The letter continues after it basically says I will get you what you need. Don't worry about it.
Yo, did I hit the wrong sketchy one?
This is bad news, isn't it?
Oh, wait, this is Shandar.
Yeah, this was Shandar.
Oh, I'm justified as hell. Sorry, go ahead. This is all meta.
The letter continues and it says they will be there by nightfall.
Oh no. I'm gonna be writing all this down, like transcribing it in common.
It is signed by the name that um Shandar did not sign them. But the town speaker of Targos did sign them. Yeah, so going back to the top couple of drawers, you can easily find something where like he had signed off on a city official thing. And
About
the
how
hand
long in game?
it's been about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just.
What this reads like. Kind of eliminates his involvement, really. These towns don't have too much communication with each other. People in power protect people in power. It's a good question. I think the better question
Player
is
question. Is Targos the original town that we came from?
You were
Yeah, I'm trying to
originally
figure out.
you were originally in Bremen when we started. Targos is the town where you I can't think of their names right now, but the mountaintop and the Yetis,
Oh,
Garrett.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, this is the one
Stuff.
where we
Yes.
Also, we brought the Chwingas
The
too.
insight check.
You found the Chwingas in Torgus, I think.
Yes.
Yes. You are in Goodmead right
Good
now.
name.
Who would we even bring this to?
Yes.
As much as I hate to admit it, I think we might need to go back to East Haven. Maybe the officials there can do something, but I'm not sure. It seems like they're all corrupt.
Everything else seems to be, I mean, accounted for that doesn't necessarily stick out. Um, there is a book of Goodmead's history. Okay. You kind of flip through the book, um, and you find that Goodmead was founded by immigrants from Chult and Wilhon Reach. Um, the town is built completely overshadowed by the two-story structure of the mead hall. Um, as honey is the key ingredient in mead, the town literally buzzes with the droning of bees. Um, it has pretty much since its founding been nothing but a mead production city for the entirety of the 10 towns. There isn't really a running track. You can find a couple mentions of the most recent speaker. Um, let me see if I can find their name. No, I don't know their name, so it doesn't have any listings. Speakers kind of get cycled through semi regularly. Sometimes they get voted out for political scandals, or they, die and new ones are reelected. So no one really keeps up with who is the current speaker.
I think that'd be a good idea at this point. Might also see if anyone saw people leaving, maybe get a description of those who were here tonight. It's worth an ask. I think you have the right idea, though. Okay, you take the lead, sister. I'm following.
Jasper, will you roll a d4 for me? Yes.
Weird.
Hmm.
No, just the d4.
You're hoping.
Okay. So you all begin looking, asking around. Most of the people tell you pretty quickly that they were not awake at midnight. They mostly were all inside. It takes you about 3 hours to find anyone that you think may have actually been awake at midnight last night. And there is um a man kind of sitting. He has dug out a hole into the ice for the lake, and he is just sitting on a chair that he has brought fishing over it.
There, friend. You
Eh,
you all right there?
Quite fine. Are you here to
Um,
fish?
maybe. Depends on how the evening goes. Honestly, I had a few questions for you, if you don't mind answering.
Eh, Sure.
Were you about the town last night, around midnightish?
Yeah, I think I turned in late last night. I was.
And I'm gonna point over towards the window that's broken. You know, the room the speakers share over by the town hall and all. You see any activity over there last night?
No, not by the town hall. I didn't.
No, none at all. You didn't see any shady folks running around, people you're not familiar with.
Well, I remember there's an abandoned building on the edge of town, and as I was heading back into my place, I saw quite a few shady folk, quite literally, all dressed in black, milling about. And I know for fact no one owns that house. No one's lived in it for decades. So I thought that was a bit weird. But other than that, no, it wasn't near the town hall or anything. It's probably about 20 minutes that way, and he kind of points to the left.
That's very helpful, actually. Thank you. And there's nothing else you saw. No, no one being I know it sounds a bit strange, being drug away maybe, or someone maybe calling for help or a bit distressed.
No, I could kind of hear some of them at a couple of points of the night, and a couple points sounded like they were getting quite angry, but that was about it.
All right, all right. Well, you've been very helpful. Thank you.
So
Take these copper pieces, and I'll pass them 7 copper pieces. Pat him
he
on the hand.
looks very appreciative and kind of tucks it away into his coat pockets.
Hopefully, a few bite for you.
None so far, but that's the joy in fishing, I suppose.
We may come back to you with a few more questions. Thank you for your time, though.
He'll kind of nod and turn back to his fishing.
Well, that was rather easy. I think we have something to check out. Do we want to wait for the others, maybe, or go on our own? I think, if it's all right with you, sis, I'll take one of my forms and go stealth around a little bit and let you go collect the others, just so I can make sure no one leaves. I won't go near them. I'll just be a little wolf wandering around in the snow. Very well. And I will take the form of just a normal sized wolf and start stalking towards that direction. I will cast Pass Without a Trace beforehand and start stealthing.
So, you follow the direction that he pointed in pretty easily. It's a straight road, really. And you kind of get to where the houses are fewer and further between. But you do find one that is like the very last house before the foliage of trees start behind it. And as you get closer, there are there are several people inside of it. The walls of this building have not been replaced or upkept in decades, like the man said, so there are whole planks or boards missing from the walls. You can easily kind of see inside of it if you get close enough.
I will kind of stalk around this building and peek in through the gaps and listen. I rolled a 21 on stealth.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
That's a natural 19, so like +2 is 21.
Okay. So you get a little bit closer, and you can see there really only appear to be two people out of this group talking. There are multiple people. You can clock 4, 5, 6 as you look around the room. You can't really see anyone other than these well, like clad in black people. But you can hear them discussing. Someone was supposed to meet up with them and they haven't. They're getting frustrated and scared. What if they're caught on to? What if this is a ploy to get them all, tossed into jail? They're starting to get very freaked out the longer and longer without this person showing up.
Can I catch a name ever?
Um After a few minutes of listening, you do hear the name Shandar.
Okay. I will just keep listening in and waiting for my group, staying about. After I get that information, I'll fall back about 25, 30 feet, trying to obscure myself by any weather that's in place,
Okay.
and waiting for the group.
I'd say it probably takes the group about 15, 20 minutes to catch up with you.
Um,
While this was going on, I leave Emma for like a minute to go get some tea so that she has some when she comes out of it.
I think when you get back and the trance ends, she just kind of sits there maybe for like 5 seconds. How come is now the time? I don't know. How come you never ask why I do the things that I do?
It's none of my business. If you wanted to tell me, if you want to tell me, you'll tell me. If you don't, then you don't.
In the time that I'm waiting for them, I'm gonna dig out in the snow the name Shandar, so I don't have to lose my wild shape, but I can still get the name across.
It's not about not wanting to tell you. I don't. When have I ever given the indication that yeah, I'm like a pretty open book. And it's not about that. It's about someone wanting to know. Because so far all I've gotten is, don't do the bad thing. We'll always all do the good thing. And then when I guess the quote unquote bad thing happens, it's just bad. There's never a question of why. There's just I feel judged, and I promised myself a long time ago I wasn't going to let anybody judge me, but with you it's different. And call it your mom friend thing, whatever the groups decided to call you. Disappointing you hurts more. But what hurts even more on top of that is that it's just disappointment without understanding.
I don't pry into other people's business, and maybe I should more, but I know that if y'all started asking me questions, I'd tell you to shut the hell up right quick.
But at least we asked. There's a difference between asking and prying. Ask, and if someone says, I don't want to talk about it, then drop it. But if you ask, at least they know that, like, you're interested. I'm interested in you. I would love to know where you came from and what made you so just altruistic and good in a world that can very easily make you the opposite. People like you, Poppy, don't exist anymore. You're fucking myths.
Yeah, people like me don't exist because I'm not like this. Every single day I wake up and I force myself to put aside the anger, put aside the hate, put aside the grief. People like me don't exist because it's impossible to exist like this unless you wake up every day and you forget every shitty thing that's ever happened. So I don't go asking people about their shitty things because I don't want people to ask me about my shitty things and call me insensitive, but I don't have the energy to learn about everyone else's shit. I'm sorry that I didn't ask. I can't. I can't. There's
No,
it's too
it's
much.
okay. I won't mention anything, and
I want to know,
do you?
and I want to ask. I don't know how. I'm a
She kind of kneels. Well, not kneel, because I'm guessing you're way taller than her.
I feel
Uh,
like we're sitting on a level.
okay. She just kind of grabs your hands. Well, doesn't like reach for your hands or anything, but just like gingerly puts her hands in yours. When you look at me, the last thing that you would expect is a smuggler, pirate. But I've done some sea travel in my life. And I was taught a couple of things from people who weren't maybe so morally driven. One of the things is that the dead don't need material goods. So, forgive me, I saw you praying back there, but I think it a bit selfish for someone to be buried with their materials that could help the survival of other people. That's why I took the sword. A dead man doesn't need a sword. A dead chieftain doesn't need a wand or a pearl. I know what that pearl does. I'm not a spellcaster, Poppy, but that could have helped. It could have given us an extra bit of oomph when we don't have it. It could have been the difference between life and death for us in Icewind Dale. But there's a curse, and I'm not a curse breaker. And I don't even know what the wand does. I aimed it at a tree earlier. It doesn't affect trees. The second thing I learned is that whatever God anybody here believes in, is not getting us. We are trapped here by this icy bitch. Whether we're alive or dead. So I learned to either kill or be killed. I never got the chance to hug it out. Like, I didn't even get the chance to choose it. Because if I did that once, they would stab me in the back and no one ever did. Not twice, anyway. Remember when
I'm not judging. I have absolutely no ground to stand on.
I am capable of good emotions. I'm capable of happiness and even love. Just put survival first. I would love to put love first, but it's scary.
Yeah. I'll admit I don't really do that either. For me, it's anger. That's what I feel most of the time. Hell, y'all have caught on to that.
Can I hug you? She just
Yeah.
kind of wraps her arms around your neck.
I don't care if you take shit from dead people. I know they don't need it, but if they're buried with it, it's one of the last things I have from my parents. One of the last lessons. So if they're dead and we come across them, that's fine, but can you just give me that?
I'm going to go forward trying not to be one of the reasons you're angry. I can't guarantee anything. I have my own instincts.
I'm a stubbing my foot on a rock makes me angry. There's no way in hell you're not going to be one of the reasons.
I won't be. I swear to you. I won't be. Not me.
Okay.
And not with you. I will not think that you're going to stab me in the back. Oh!
The
This has
raccoon
been.
still has my fucking knife. I couldn't even stab you. God damn it.
I know, but also it's more of a metaphorical stabbing in the back. Look, before the rest of the group gets here, there is something that you need to know. Because if I'm gonna go through my life not pissing you off, then I gotta get one thing out that might piss you off. Okay, so you know the whole Nessa thing? How she's missing?
Yes. Uh,
I think I might know who's responsible for that. It's not me.
oh.
I didn't kidnap Nessa. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now, hands
Okay.
up.
I didn't think that you did.
The pissed off dwarven dude, the dickhole. I forget his name. But
Shandar.
Shandar, right. So
Okay.
like I had like a private conversation with him. In like the back of a bar, in the back of the bar that we went to, obviously. And
Uh-huh.
you know, I made it seem like, you know, if he was into I just wanted to see if he was on the up and up or if he was just a dick, right? Because if he's a dick, then that's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
He has a plan with another town. Well, I mean, I guess he did the plan to have these bandits come in, and he was going to be the big savior and the whole town was going to talk about how great of a hero he was. And one of the things on his list was like a staged kidnapping, I guess. I don't know if it's staged if the person being kidnapped doesn't know about it. I think that's just called a kidnapping. But a kidnapping of Nessa.
Huh?
Um,
I'm so far this isn't sounding like something
right,
to
right,
be
right.
angry about.
I am getting to that point. There needs to be context with a bit of a lead up before I mention that we won't have to deal with Shandar. We will not have to deal with Shandar.
You didn't.
Would this have been preceded with the fact that it might piss you off if I didn't? You remember the stuff that I used to make the cold resistance potions?
That's highly toxic, isn't it?
It's like super, like almost instantly fatal. Uh,
Okay.
but it's only if it's ingested or put into a like a bread or something.
Knew that bread wasn't just to be bread.
I'm really glad you knew that because, like, you know, we have a lot of other snoopers in the group, and I don't want them to be like, "Oh, look, bread," and then we wake up and find one of our party members dead. Um,
Speaking of snoopers, where's my fucking journal? I'm just gonna start rummaging until I find it.
didn't didn't Jasper say they didn't go through your journal? Like they only read the note, right?
Oh no, she was lying.
Oh, oh, oh!
Yeah.
You said you have a bunch of shit that you don't want people to know about.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. At least I said I'd ask. Ooh. Well, I mean, hopefully they only read about like a fucking dream you had. Like you have like one of those dreams where you're like kissing a person. You're like, oh, that's weird. I never thought of them romantically. Like, why is my dream so weird?
Yeah, I don't dream like that, and if I did, I wouldn't write it in here.
I don't know. Some people carry a dream journal. Um. Okay, so like hella dead.
It's
He's
fine. It's fine. I'll
probably
have an
hella dead.
existential crisis later.
Okay, cool. Um.
Okay, so
Let's
he's
let's go
dead.
find the group.
So our lead on that is fucked, but we can go find that. Okay. Okay. Well, at least we have something to work with, right?
Yeah, I mean, like he's definitely like a huge like dick.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying really hard not to just scream right now because this is a lot of information.
That's
Um.
that's entirely fair.
Yeah. Let's go find them.
Okay. Uh not pissing you off starting now.
That works. That works.
And we're gonna run off to try and
We're
find the
go
rest of our
find
group.
As you guys leave your like room, you pretty much run face to face in with Jasper, who is coming back to get you.
Cool. Figure out anything? What did you figure out? Hell yeah. Okay, fair enough. Let's do
Okay.
that.
As this is going on, I'm just writing everything in my notebook.
Can I ask, just as a player standpoint, are you writing in your notebook that I'm assassinated this political figure?
No.
Okay, because
We don't admit culpability.
No, I'm just writing like all of the clues and stuff that we. No, her her notebook is a catch-all. Okay, it's letters and it's notes and it's doodles and it's just like random games of tic-tac-toe that she's playing against herself.
No. You're telling me that Chandar organized some sort of bandit group to kidnap Nessa?
Oh, okay, so there's a person with it.
It's wild.
I'm a.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Absolutely.
It's not working.
Hold on.
Just sitting here looking back and forth between the two of them.
You have to beat a 19. I forgot you could see my rolls. Yeah, no, this is like this is like porn acting.
This is brand new information.
This is incredible. Yeah, add another time, perhaps.
Yeah. We should also maybe mention the fact that Shandar won't be a problem anymore.
Okay, so I guess the another time
No,
is like right now.
I mean, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
He
No,
won't
it's
he won't
fine.
be an issue.
Know that he's not a problem. He won't be an issue.
He was a huge
Yeah.
dick, right?
I'm gonna blow some hot air against the snow and make some steam and look directly into the crack that I was looking through.
I'm assuming he was supposed to be here. I'm
At
looking directly at those wolves when I say that.
What was that?
I'm assuming he was supposed to be here.
Give you a little baby howl.
All right, cool. No, that's fine.
The smallest of howls.
So
Jasper,
as we're going towards the thing, Ima hits herself with the needle again.
I'm assuming we put our armor back on too.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Making sure.
Like our conversation, our little heart to heart happened as we're kind of like suiting up for the day.
as you guys peek through the breaks in the walls, you can see about 4 people, dressed in black. They 2 of them appear to be pacing, like just not resting well at all. The other 2 are having like a hushed conversation in one of the corners.
Okay.
From this vantage point, you do not. There are a couple other holes in the walls if you guys wanted to kind of like continue around to the like opposite side of the house.
Yeah, we'll case the joint like a Doberman. Let's do it.
Okay, so you guys kind of circle around, and you can see as you get to the other side, Nessa is in one of the corners. She is tied. She appears to be unconscious, but she could just be asleep. She doesn't look too badly hurt, but there is blood on her. And you kind of count a total of 6 other people in the room with her.
Is there anything?
I mean, she's telepathic, so yeah, I would say that it counted.
Uh, I'm just gonna kind of put a hand on Jasper's shoulder and be like, "They won't notice you. They're gonna notice the wounds being like closed up." Do I notice anything flammable in the rooms? Either of the rooms that we looked at.
This is an abandoned homestead, there is quite literally nothing but the floor and walls in this space.
The floor and walls, I'm sitting there with.
There are 2 people in the room with her, and there are 4 people in the other room.
They're flammable.
I was looking more for like gunpowder. Like I was wondering if it was like an abandoned warehouse or something.
Well,
Uh,
okay, here's the thing.
what if we just like
I know I suggest this.
go ahead?
Go ahead. I We could try bluffing our way through this. I mean, we know that they were supposed to meet Shandar, but what if he sent somebody else? Because he was otherwise predisposed.
Um, yeah. Well,
Or one of
we could
us.
always say that like the plan's off, something's gone wrong. You know, get out of here,
Good.
leave the girl.
We could try that.
The wolf will nod his head yes at the suggestion.
Okay. Cool.
Who here is the most charismatic out of all of us? Let's say that charisma were like represented through a numerical stat system.
I'm a wolf.
If I if I'm deceiving specifically, I have a +3.
It's gonna be me. I have plus one.
So I could. Oh, how much does Poppy have for deception?
That's 4.
That's 4. Okay. Um,
I mean,
do any of you magic users have a way to sort of enhance someone's ability?
Nah.
that's gonna
Huh.
load.
Perhaps to give someone the splendor of an eagle. But I'm just, I'm just spitballing.
What? Please, metagame.
I'm just asking if any of you have the enhance ability spell. Okay.
No. Wait. Hold up.
Okay.
Hold up.
And none of us are bards, right?
Hold up.
No.
God, how
Wait a
good a
second.
bard would be in this game.
Wait a second.
Oh,
No.
fucking Ima
I
just
don't
like
know.
sits
I'm
crisscross
looking.
applesauce.
I see it. Hold on. I have to find it. I have it. I know that I have it. It's just not loading. No, hold on. Because it's not that one. It's not that. I have a different sheet because that one wouldn't let me edit anything on it. I had to duplicate it. Because with the spells that I prepared for today. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Why is it? I did not prepare it. Okay, I know that I know it. I just didn't prepare it. I do. I do have guidance. Oh, yeah, I have guidance as well.
Guidance would be really good. Also, whoever's going in, like, sound frantic. Like, like you're given the most bare bones. Yeah, like you're given the most bare bones information, and they need to scatter quick because if they don't have a lot of time to think, then they don't have a lot of time to realize you're bullshitting. Now, because I'm not charismatic, and because this always has the ability to go tits up, she is going to bite down on her finger as per normal, and she's going to run the blood across her whip. She's going to take 2 points of biting herself damage.
Wait, Andy, can you take a hit? What's your AC? What's your AC? Yeah. Okay. Well, because if they just like, decide that we are bluffing, then if you get hit, I feel bad.
Dungeon Master.
Hello.
Did we see what kind of weaponry they have on them?
Most of them have it seems to be an array of either short swords, maces, or some of them have crossbows.
Okay, so some of them do have long-range weaponry. Is it the ones in the main room?
It kind of looks like they all might have a crossbow. Just whether or not, like, it is the weapon they have on reach.
Okay, so they are all capable of crossbow, but they may
Yes.
all not be holding crossbow at the moment.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, like, look, man, by the time they try and mess with you, we'll just, like, run in and scrape their face off. Like in that movie Face Off.
But would you say it in their minds, or like how does that translate? 'Cause I don't. Would
That
they find
could
that
be the part that
suspicious?
fucks us.
Okay, well, that might give us away.
I mean, is anyone
I like
proficient
that
in a
idea, but
disguise kit?
no.
Well,
I'll
bollocks.
do it. Like I can run in and just I'm flustered enough already. It won't really be that much of a stretch. Yeah, just be ready to for this all to go sideways.
She
Most of our
just Ima just kind of looks over at Poppy and is like, just be safe. Don't do anything stupid. And she just kind of smiles. Uh
I feel
no,
like
because
any sort of if she starts moving or we need this to be believable.
yeah, like Nessa's reaction has to be legit too. Oh, all right, you've got 1 minute. Go get him, champ.
No, great. Okay. I need to turn my video off because everything's going shit. So, yeah, I kind of brace myself and half run, half stumble to the door. Am I being heard at all? Oh, no, okay.
No, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear any of you.
We weren't talking.
Good. Anyway, I half run, half stumble to the door and kind of open it with my hands up and just immediately be like, and I want to prepare or hold an action. Just, on the off chance that something happens, I want to hold a spell, inflict wounds.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Um,
stand by the door on like the other side, just kind of like this, whip in hand, preparing for a whip.
yeah, my hands are up.
Right around the corner of the door.
Okay. So Poppy, you push open the door with your hands open, and one of the two figures that were like in hushed conversation immediately looks at you and has his mace raised. Who the fuck are you?
It doesn't matter. Shandar's dead, and they found out
They found out what?
that you have. What the fuck is her name?
Netza.
That you have Nessa.
Who found out?
Do we really need to go through this? There are other
I'm
people in the 10 towns who weren't in on your plan. They found out that you kidnapped her because Buckwit over here decided to get a little cocky and spill the beans. You're found out.
You see the others kind of start to like rise to their feet, like they're hearing this and are obviously starting to panic. But the one that you were speaking with, God, kind of remains looking at you. Who do you work for? And how do I know we're on the same side?
You don't. I'm
And
warning
what?
you. Isn't that enough?
We're just supposed to walk away from her?
Do you want to get paid or something?
That was part of the deal, yeah.
How much?
200 gold.
Well, I mean, since you managed to get found out, give you 100 because you tried.
Fine. She's in the other room.
All right. And then toss him a pouch of 100 gold.
Can we hear what's going on? Like, can we hear the conversation?
So yeah, you're probably all like straining
Assuming.
to hear.
Can I insight check his tone of voice to see if Poppy's gonna go in the back room and they're all going to stick a knife in her spine?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Um, not quietly.
That is a 13.
It's kind of hard to ascertain, but he doesn't sound like he has specific ill intent planned. He kind of catches the sack as you toss it to him and looks at the four or the three other in the room, and one of them goes and knocks on the adjoining door, and the two others come out, and they all start to assemble their belongings that they had scattered out and start to leave.
I'll fix
Uh,
this. Nobody's going to know that you were involved.
What
as
did you
as
say?
they're starting to leave, I'm gonna move out of the way so they don't see the band of about to beat their ass.
Yes, a band of people waiting for them.
I'll tuck back around the building as I hear these people approaching.
Okay.
My God, she's done it again.
As soon as they leave, I am going straight to the back room and trying to wake up Nessa.
It does seem like she was asleep. Asleep. It kind of takes her a second, and she wakes up. She kind of does seem to have like maybe a concussion or just a head injury. She is not really making eye contact with you, looking very, very dazed as you're trying to speak to her.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
plus spellcasting modifier.
Okay, so
Only
she
+2. I say that's awful.
Look, man, sometimes you roll like crap. It's
fair,
not
I guess.
terrible.
Interesting.
Hey, look, 6 points of healing on a commoner is pretty much full heal.
They're good. She
This is
blinks
true.
off any damage that she had, and she just mostly looks very confused as she's waking up with you guys surrounding her.
Are you all right?
I think so. What happened?
You were kidnapped.
I was kidnapped.
Yeah, it was part of a plot by
By
Shandar.
who?
He was gonna
Shanda.
rescue you and look like the hero. It was gonna be this whole fuckery. But things went very wrong for him very quickly.
Is he alive?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually know.
Well, she kind of like stands, brushes herself off. If he's not, or if he is, I'll kill him myself.
That's understandable.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Actually, I'm not lying. I don't know.
As I guess there won't be much of an election, not unless one of you want to be a town speaker.
Not it.
Think so. What else could there be? Jesus. What? Um, you see, she kind of takes them and she blinks a couple of times, and then she can't read either of these languages on the.
We'll get rid of this.
I'm sure I could get someone to translate these.
I will unwild shape at this point, and sorry about that. I was just ready in case something went down, and I'll produce a piece of paper from my pocket, and it is the transcribed version of all of this.
You see, she kind of takes the letters and leans against the wall as she's reading them, and you can see as this is like digesting, she's getting paler and paler by the second. This is so much worse than anyone realizes.
Why is this worse?
Though those men, they they was Intarium. They weren't just nobodies. Roll a history check.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and guide myself too.
That was so damn close to a natural 20, but instead, what's right by a 20? A 2. So I got a 9.
The 21.
So those that got above an 18, the Zentarium are a group of cultist kind
Oh,
of.
great.
They don't really have any known ties in the Icewind Dale. They are very prolific in Waterdeep. Um, they are normally just up to absolutely no good, and really never have any like they're just bad people.
Did you get some Lords of Waterdeep in our Icewind Dale?
I would never.
There,
Oh,
that's a
So
water deep. What the
so
fuck
if
are they doing all the way up here?
so if Shandar and Nath were working together to get Shandar the seat of this town, that means Targos is already being led by the Zentarium.
oh that's a good shout. Um, hmm. Do
There's
you
no
think
telling how many other towns are being shadowed by God, there's no telling.
what is
There just appear to be correspondences between Shandar and Nerth in that secret compartment.
what is the goal? Like I mean, like cultists all like have a thing, right? Or like a god that they worship, or like a end of days that they want to see coming, or what's their deal is essentially what I'm asking.
The Frost Maiden. And then does this connect to those black rocks that we were seeing everywhere?
And perhaps the hits that were going out with the sigils of the Frost Maiden on them.
Promising as it sounds, the Zentarum don't normally work with gods. They're more about power and doing things exactly like this, running things from behind the shadows and gaining growth without ever anyone really knowing it was them. Fair.
You see, Ima kind of gives you like a right on, sister. Um, that being said, how do we how do we fight back against? Do they have any known enemies? Is there like a holy order of crusaders that try and get rid of them? Because I mean, clearly people know about them. Like Nessa, you know them by name.
I mean, yeah, you do have to pay a bit of attention when you're running the politics of a town. Um,
Granted,
there's no one really directly opposing them. Maybe the Harpers, they're not really a good group necessarily. They're just more information gatherers. Mhm. The Harpers are not generally well known, but you probably have heard about them in passing. They are more of like a spy or a faction. They generally just gather information. They don't really meddle in many things, especially not as an organization, but occasionally, like, a rogue harper will, make news for plotting, or stopping the plotting of some terrible plan.
so I mean, like they wouldn't have like a Zentarian in the Harpers. Like that's not a thing. They're like diametrically opposed views.
Almost all of these factions hate each other's guts.
I mean, if we could get the help of the Harpers, they may not directly like they're not going to be an army, but they might be able to help us maybe get more powerful so that we can stop them. Because I think if we try to go in and you know kill the yakuza, as it were, um, I think we're going to get our faces pushed in.
I know of one harper in the Tin Towns, and it's not really like, a thing you announce necessarily, but there's one woman named Beldora in East Haven. I know she is or used to be a harper at least. I suppose I have an entire town to attend to and to find out where Shandai is, alive or dead.
Good news. Because there's like a bunch of bad news. Good news. We brought 3 barrels of ale back.
That
Got
is
it.
true. Yeah.
Did you kill the ogre that took it?
Oh.
No, it's more like a get in, get out. Oh yeah, don't get us wrong. We are fully capable of murder. But just like, you know, yeah,
Sure.
you really do gotta pick a lane in life.
We're trying here. We're trying.
We
No,
are, yeah.
it's more of if they stole it once, they'll probably come back. But that is not. I don't care right now. Honestly, the town can go without me for fuck's sake. We have bigger fish to fry. All right. Well, I if
Yeah.
it begins to be an issue, I will notify you. Have no worries.
Yeah, no, just send a raven or something. We'll make our way back and we'll mess up some things, but for now, all is good. These Zentarians, would I this you know what? It's just the freaking blood hunter question of the day. Uh do I know if they are connected to any Fey fiends or undead?
I don't believe that they are.
Okay.
Not.
You just saved my life, probably. So, good meat doesn't have a lot to offer, but whatever I can, I will give to you. And
You
you probably deserve the reward for the mead. So if we head back to town hall, I can get that for you.
heck yeah.
Oh,
And
and as well,
maybe even have a glass. Uh and we're gonna make our way back as the uh as the Telltale Games sign pops up saying you've made allies in fucking Mead
Ally
Town.
confirmed.
All we know is it's a shadow army. We've slowly started side questing our way to the main plot.
We'll get there
We're getting
eventually.
there. We're getting there. One
as you
step at a
guys
time, you know.
get back to the town hall, you see she hands a pouch of 200 gold to you.
There should be 5 of us? 40.
Y'all, Poppy just spent 100 gold on us.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that maybe we should split like 100 gold between 5 people, and that 100 should go right back to Poppy.
But no, just give each of us 40. That's fine.
No, that's not how this shit works. Yes.
And then I'm gonna go through with my 100 and divide it back up so everybody has 40.
I'm gonna take the 20 that Poppy's giving. I'm like, look, we offered, but that's fine.
Poppy tries to give me to my sister. I can't take it in good faith. I'm going to give the extra that Poppy's giving me to Jasper. I can't take it with a good conscience.
Understandable.
I can't do it.
Really quickly, how much longer does everyone have to play?
I'm good for whenever.
2 hours and 12 minutes. I have a hangout with my mom that we do every day at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
I would like to confront y'all on the journal thing eventually.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
So
That was,
it is still kind of like early morning. Are we heading to East Haven today, or are we staying in Goodmead for one more day?
I want to. Sure.
Yeah, I'm down
Oh,
to head to Haven.
I'm as taking
I
some
don't.
ale for the road.
Okay.
Yeah,
By the way, we should probably do
I'm
something
gonna
with the
stock
kobolds.
up on some rations and some other little necessities. If I can find a healer's kit, that'd be great.
Okay, so they're 2 gold apiece. Mhm.
So there's your 40 gold right there. Ima is good on rations. It's not
Same.
usually something she takes part in.
I'm good.
Sorry, is there a healer's kit to be found anywhere?
What?
Is there a healer's kit to be found anywhere?
Ah, sorry, I couldn't hear you. 1 second. I don't know the cost off the top of my head. 5 gold
Mm.
pieces.
Okay, yeah, I'll pick one up.
Okay.
I want to take a look at my proficiencies for a second. No, I have the freaking supplies that I'm proficient in. Shit. Um, I don't. I don't think there's anything that she wants. Got one potion. Got like 25 grams left of the killing powder. It's like 20, like it's like half the amount required for a potion because it was an uneven split. So she can't make a potion, but she does have some of the bad left. She still has vermin killing potion. That might come into effect later.
You never know.
There is a mouse in my room.
Don't do it.
There's no such like shop of that would ever carry something magical, right? Like that's pretty scarce around the Icewind Dale.
Yeah, there aren't any magic item shops in.
Or any sort of like odds and ends shops of like, I found this in a abandoned tomb. It's weird.
Um, there may be a few, but not in good need.
Okay. Like, hey man, if there's an odds and ends store, you always check that shit out.
You would know there probably is if there was going to be anywhere that had anything good, it was gonna be East Haven.
Well, I guess let's head off to East Haven.
Let's go. My
And our
favorite
favorite
rocket
rocket
ship
ship.
soaring through the skies.
It's really fucking cold.
You
um,
guys begin to make your way. You know it's gonna be, if nothing happens, it is going to be about a 5-hour trek to East Haven, so it's gonna be you guys arriving there about nightfall. Can someone please roll a D20 for me?
Oh no.
Got it.
Oh, it ain't
Go
gonna be
ahead.
me. I rolled a 3 last time.
Go ahead. Do it.
Whatever you don't roll an
No,
8.
just a D20. And can someone
Random
else roll a
encounter.
D4 for me?
I'll do the D4. I don't have bad luck with D4s yet. Hell yeah, that's a 1.
8.
Okay.
You
Um,
still beat me.
After about that you get to where you see a sign that's like halfway to East Haven. Um, you've all been in the Dale for a long time. You can see the of a blizzard. You definitely see one rolling
Hooray!
in.
I'm going to help try to find somewhere to set up.
Roll a survival check with advantage.
And Danny, or oh, who was it? Oh, no, fucking
Wait, who
Andy
has
in the
better?
back should guide them.
Mhm.
Survival with
I'm
advantage
good
and a
at that.
D4.
Does guide stack?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Bullshit.
Ooh. You have expertise.
So there's not really a cave necessarily, but you can kind of using like a fallen tree, set your guys self up, like throw some tarp or canvas over it so that you feel protected from the weather as it's rolling in. It doesn't necessarily seem like the worst one you've been through. It kind of seems like it'll blow over relatively quickly. you guys kind of sit down, and brace yourselves for the wind as it rolls in. Um, 20 minutes pass, 30 minutes pass, and the wind is still howling. Can I get everyone to make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Yes.
A wisdom?
Old as con. This is bad.
What are you doing? I don't like this.
All right.
I feel unsafe. I rolled a nat 20 plus 7, so 27.
Okay.
Come
Fucking
at
nat
me.
one.
This is not for the cold.
Cold is gone.
Bullshit.
I've got me a
I don't like this.
13.
Okay, I'm gonna start in order.
Oh
I
no.
feel unsafe.
Jasper, I mean not Jasper, Azurite.
Oh no.
Something actually all of you kind of hear this in your head. You all hear whispered kind of like almost like a ghost is speaking to you maybe or like the wind is making it sound like it, but you all hear this is for Conan in your head. Um Jasper or Azurite, as you hear that, you go to look and when you look back, your party is not with you. As you begin to search, you are completely by yourself in this moment. There is not even an animal close to you. You are absolutely alone in the desolate tundra.
I'm going to start frantically looking around. Jazz,
Do we still see him?
Poppy, you can see him at this moment. And he is appearing to get more and more frantic as the time continues.
Jazz,
Can I like
Poppy.
Um, Andy, and I really hope Alexa watches this later because I yes. Um, this is not. Andy, for Andy, it's almost like the blizzard completely passes in an instant. In the when one moment she is standing there, and in the next, the sky above her is completely clear, almost like the curse was never put on there in the first place. And as she watches, one by one, the stars start to blink out of existence. Um, until the sky is completely black and she feels like a coldness and as she looks down at herself the stars in her skin are beginning to disappear and as she watches she becomes more and more translucent and as she goes to call out to any of you her mental telepathy is completely severed and she does not scream um Jasper, you turn around when you hear Azurite calling for you, and as you turn to look, you see an arrow piercing Jasper's throat. I mean, Azurite's throat. Blood is beginning to drip down onto his collar as he drops to his knees. Um, and he makes eye contact with you before falling flat onto his face. I'm a
oh
You
Oh
see a
fuck.
very familiar face. You can see her hair so long and so beautiful and exactly how you remembered it. And you see her back is turned to you at this moment. And as you watch, it appears to be that she's arguing with someone. Maybe the storm kind of seems to quiet as it's going around you. And you see um, someone behind her slam a broken or a bottle onto a shelf, break it, and completely cut her with it. The shock of red blood colors the snow in front of you as you watch her fall, and she does not move again.
Oh, I'm immediately gonna. Yeah, no, I'm immediately gonna go for the one that struck her.
All fades to smoke for everyone. As you all, have this moment. as you are going to reach for that person, everything seems to fade to smoke, and you are back in the moment where you were.
I embrace Jasper, sobbing. Are you really here? Are you here, sister? I'm just gonna
Look, it's
grab tighter
Conan.
and sob harder.
What?
What's going on? What's happening?
What just happened? Hold on,
Conan
hold
was
on. What?
okay. Just just just
Just,
remind me as a
just.
person because we've done a lot in Icewind Dale so far. Conan was what wolf?
Oh. I mean, it doesn't really matter if he's dead now. Yeah, Conan is a wolf. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
the
I'm
the
getting.
wolves had like a master, right? Like these were the wolves that gained sentience.
Yes.
Yeah.
And oh, this is
Oh, we're fucked.
oh,
We're
this is the
fucked.
bitch.
We're fucked.
Except that
Anyway, as
I'm
all of you
immediately
are
gonna look
freaking
around,
out,
see if I can
as all
see
of you are,
tracks or
okay,
Yeah, I
hold
have
on.
no worry about looking around right now. I am
What,
just embracing those who I lost.
what did you see? What did you see? What happened? What? Why is everyone freaking out?
I saw that I was the only one out here. Everyone else disappeared, and I was completely alone in the middle of this snowstorm.
did you not did nothing happen?
Poppy, were you
What?
fine?
So you saw? I mean, maybe. I mean, I've already.
I heard that as
Well, I heard
well.
that, but so it's. And forgive me if I'm completely off base here, but your worst fears? Is that what you saw?
Same.
Yeah.
I'll just nod quietly and bury myself into my sister's shoulder.
That would actually make sense then.
What do you mean?
Why I didn't see anything.
You you have fears, right?
Yeah, my worst one's already come true though. There's not much to truly scare me right now anyway.
I will start crying harder.
There is just pure rage on Ima's face. And yeah, she's looking around. She's seeing if there's any sign of this druid lady.
roll a survival check.
Sorry?
Roll a survival check for me.
Uh, this
Yeah,
lady's
I'm
not
gonna
Fey
look
Fiend or
around
undead.
too.
She is not.
Ooh. I will guide, I don't know, somebody.
You want to guide me?
Sure. I will guide
Uh,
Ima.
I also got a 19.
You guys can see as you kind of like stumble around, the blizzard is still going on. Um, there appear to be wolf footprints up into a certain point until it gets about 30 feet away from you guys. And then they start to turn into human footprints and then back into wolven footprints to run in the other direction. Also, the spell lasted for about a minute, so you feel like they got a hell of a head start. Um, they weren't sticking around to see if you guys were gonna come looking for them.
Do the footprints seem to be going back the way we came, or towards where we're going?
They're
Or
actually going, in a completely different way, um, towards no there is a town in that direction, but it is about an 11-hour on foot trek back to that town.
do we want to? Okay, I want to
I
get this girl. Everybody else,
I'm not.
what do we want to do?
Wait, there's no way in hell if she can do something like that. How do you do anything against her at this?
War horses. We'd have war horses for an hour.
But
Have
once
I
we
gotten a
catch
short
up
rest
to
at this
her,
point?
No.
Okay. An hour.
Um,
once we catch up to her, then what?
we beat her face in.
She just showed each and every one of you your worst fears come to life.
Yeah,
Do
I
we
and
don't
want
then
to
know if
go
she
you're
into?
ready for
ran.
something like this.
If she thought she could truly avenge this wolf, she'd have killed us all. You want to let this? I did. I asked. I asked. If that's what you guys want to do, then okay.
I don't think this is the time.
With all the love in my heart, Jasper, you confirmed that your worst fears were an illusion. You have the person that you saw dead in front of you, and they are alive. I can't do that. I don't know that they won't go for them for real. If they really want to get revenge, if they really want to mess with us, they're no, you're right. You're right. She looks like she shakes kind of something off. She goes, "They're not around. They're not alive. They can't. They can't be. They couldn't have been. You're right. It's an illusion. I'm sorry. You're right. Stick to the plan.
I think so too. We can't overreact.
I agree. Plus, yeah, I agree. All right, let's go. Blizzard's done.
Let's go.
I think that is where we will end tonight's session.
Ah,
Remind me to
and
confront y'all about the notebook.
Holy shit.
ending with a good old-fashioned mind fuck.
What the fuck?
Page from my own book.
Evil.
Poppy, I'm so upset you passed the. Yours was the first one I had written down.
Say that again?
I said I'm so upset you passed the saving throw. Yours was like the first one I had written down.
You know, I'm fine.
I'm traumatized.
I don't need that emotional damage right now.
Fair.
Emotional damage.
She's in denial, you know, and I would like to stay that way for a hot minute.
Question, Lizzie, you sticking around for like another couple of minutes?